Hi there, welcome back to our channel. Before we start, please leave a like. Ever wondered what it might be like to journey across the world in the 13th century? A young man named Marco Polo did just that, with a curiosity that would change the course of history. Born in the bustling city of Venice in 1254, Marco Polo was the offspring of a wealthy merchant family. His father, Niccolo, and uncle Maffeo were seasoned explorers, having already ventured to the east and returned with fascinating tales of their travels. These stories were the seeds of young Marco's imagination, sparking a burning curiosity and a desire to witness these foreign lands for himself. Growing up in a city that was a thriving center of trade and exploration, Marco was surrounded by a variety of cultures and ideas, further fueling his interest in the world beyond. His upbringing was a blend of the familiar comfort of Venetian life and the exotic allure of the tales spun by his father and uncle. Their stories of far-off lands, of strange customs and unimaginable riches, were like a siren song to young Marco, pulling him towards a life of adventure. In 1271, at the tender age of 17, Marco Polo was ready to turn his dreams into reality. With his father and uncle as his guides, he set off from Venice, leaving behind the familiar canals and narrow alleyways of his childhood. What lay ahead was a journey into the unknown, a path that was as exciting as it was terrifying. But Marco was not deterred. His spirit of adventure and his thirst for knowledge were stronger than any fear of the unknown. His journey would be fraught with dangers and challenges, but it would also be filled with discoveries and marvels that would forever change his life and the world's understanding of the East. From the towering mountains of Persia to the sprawling deserts of Mongolia, from the bustling markets of India to the grandeur of the Chinese court, Marco Polo was about to step into a world that was far beyond anything he could have imagined. And so, at the tender age of 17, Marco Polo embarked on an epic journey that would span 24 years and cover over 24,000 kilometers, crossing lands and seas never before explored by a Westerner. Imagine crossing treacherous deserts, scaling towering mountains, and sailing through stormy seas. Marco Polo did all this and more, journeying through places such as China, Persia, and India. He navigated the Silk Road, braved the Gobi Desert, and trekked the Pamir Mountains. His journey was not just geographical but also a cultural exploration, as he immersed himself in the diverse societies he encountered along his path. In the bustling markets of Persia, Marco witnessed the exchange of goods from all corners of the known world. He saw precious silk, vibrant spices, and intricate pottery change hands, demonstrating the interconnectedness of civilizations through trade. In India, he marveled at the splendor of the palaces and temples, rich with gold and gemstones, reflecting a culture steeped in religious devotion and royal grandeur. But it was in the vast expanses of China that Marco Polo's journey took a significant turn. He was received by none other than the Mongol Emperor Kublai Khan, the grandson of the fearsome Genghis Khan. The great Khan was intrigued by this Venetian traveler and his tales from the West. Recognizing Marco's intelligence and resourcefulness, the Khan took him into his service, offering him a position in his court. For 17 long years, Marco served the great Khan, traveling across the empire, from the bustling capital of Khan Balik, now known as Beijing, to the southern provinces. He was tasked with various roles, from diplomatic envoy to official of the Privy Council. His keen observation and detailed accounts provide an invaluable insight into the Mongol Empire and the civilizations of Asia during the 13th century. Despite all the challenges, Marco Polo thrived, serving in the court of the Great Khan for 17 years, gaining experiences that would later prove to be invaluable. His tales of his Asian adventures, filled with wonder, intrigue, and cultural revelations, would not only change his life but also the course of exploration and world history. After 24 years of travel, Marco Polo returned to his home city of Venice in 1295, where he was hailed as a hero. His journey had been long and perilous, but he had survived, and he had seen wonders that no other European had ever laid eyes on before. The city welcomed him with open arms, eager to hear tales of his travels and the marvels he had encountered. But despite the warm reception, Marco's adventures were far from over. Venice was in the throes of a bitter war with the city of Genoa, and in a twist of fate, Marco was captured and imprisoned. But even behind bars, Marco's spirit remained unbroken. He began to dictate his experiences to a fellow prisoner, a writer named Rustichello da Pisa. Together they crafted a book that would become a testament to Marco's journey and a beacon for future explorers. The book, aptly titled The Book of the Marvels of the World, was an instant sensation. It was filled with vivid descriptions of far-off lands and exotic cultures, of towering mountains and vast deserts, of strange beasts and beautiful palaces. It was a window into a world that was largely unknown to the Europeans, and it sparked a wave of curiosity and wanderlust that would lead to the age of exploration. Marco Polo's book was more than a travelogue. It was a map of the unknown, a guide for those who dared to venture beyond the familiar. It was a call to curiosity, a testament to the human spirit's insatiable thirst for knowledge and discovery. It was proof that the world was far larger and far more wonderful than anyone had ever imagined. Marco Polo, a man of vision and courage, expanded the horizons of the known world. His story continues to inspire explorers and adventurers to this day, proving that one man's curiosity can indeed change the course of history. Even centuries later, Marco Polo's legacy lives on, a reminder of the power of exploration and the boundless potential of the human spirit.